Tim here with my day 40 juice update, and yes, a different background. The reason is I've been promising this all week. I'm ready to do my juice or juicing, to go through and actually show you how to do it. Before I do that, a couple of things. Firstly, I want to introduce the person filming. Louise, say hello.
Hello.
Say a bit more maybe, Louise.
Hello everybody.
Everyone in YouTube land, how are we all going?
Land.
Okay, that was number one. I wanted to give Louise some credit for helping me prepare it all. Secondly, I want to let you know that I've lost 0.4 of a kilogram since yesterday, which again is just under 1 pound. Third day straight that's happened. Overall, my weight loss now is 39.25 pounds, so getting closer to my goal every day. Okay, so the purpose of this video, we had lots of people writing in talking about how to juice and how to go about it. So I'm going to go through and give you a sample juicing. This is my lunchtime juice. So let's go through and show you how I would go about it. Okay, we're going to start off. You can see there's quite a few different ingredients there. There's a good selection of greens and also fruits. So I'm going to go through and actually go through each one and just cut them up, and we're going to put them in the blender and we're going to get stuck into it. First, grapefruit. Red grapefruit's actually better than the traditional stuff. I'm going to cut the insides only. I don't suggest you use the skins because it does really make the taste very bitter in my experience. So I try and just cut it and pull it out.
With clean hands, of course.
Oh, it goes without saying, Louise, with clean hands. And if you just that little bit in the end, I just chop that out. So I find half a grapefruit is enough. Grapefruit's very acidic, so you don't want to put too much of that in your drink. There's the grapefruit. The other thing I'm going to add is a whole lemon. So I'm going to cut the lemons. I've cut them in half, and now again I'm going to remove the skin. Some people juicing actually do it with the skin, but I've actually found that it's just a very, very strong taste and very overpowering. So for that reason, I don't actually bother with the skin. I always cut it up. And again, the knife should be a really sharp one. Just makes your life a little bit easier. So I just make sure there's no skin on there. That's the first half rather. The second half of the lemon. Now obviously you can change this to taste. What I've found is over the last 40 days, this is really probably my favourite juice, and I'm sticking to a proven formula. I'm not trying to actually change it too much. For me, this is a good combination. So the lemon actually dulls the taste of the vegetables, which I'm still not a huge fan on. Just remove that last bit of lemon. But I'm starting to like, I have to say, I'm starting to like the vegetables a bit more. Let's do the limes next. Same with the limes, definitely I suggest you cut the insides out. Get rid of that skin, because I've actually tried it once, juicing it with the skin once or twice, and it was just so overpowering. Good if you love lime, but I like the taste of lime, but I don't like it that much, so it's overpowering the rest of the drink. The reason that I'm using lemon and lime, by the way, is both lemon and lime are very alkaline-based fruits, so they're very, very good for your body, and they just really help diffuse some of the other tastes that you may not like. So for that reason, I actually use those, and I use one whole lemon, as you saw me put in, and obviously I'm doing one whole lime as well. Again, this can be something that you'll have to decide to adjust for yourself. You might find it's too overpowering. I started off on less than this, and it was around about a half of each, but I've just over time cut that properly. I think I've done too good a job here. Louise, help me out.
It smells absolutely beautiful, I must say.
Very fresh thing.
My mouth's watering.
We can have some of this in a minute.
Thank you very much.
For those wondering, Louise isn't doing a juice fast, but to be fair, she doesn't really need to either.
Oh.
It's me who needs to lose the weight, and it's obviously worked well for me. Just a little bit on there.
I'm going to do a couple of days. It's just
right, so that's the lime. Next, we've got some cucumber. Now, cucumber, I've already taken the time because I'm not very good at cutting this up. I've already cut most of it up. I recommend that you get rid of all the skin with cucumber. And the reason is that, again, it's very, very overpowering. Now, if you like cucumber, by all means, obviously do it your way. But in my case, I like it, but not that much. So for that reason, I've actually done it that way and removed the skin. Now, I think we're at time we're going to juice that first bit. So we'll just get this bit down now into the container. We'll turn it on. So I hope you can still hear me while it's on. Okay, first bit done. Now, I've also got some greens, of course, and some vegetables. One carrot. Obviously, with your fruits and vegetables, you should be washing them, depending where you're getting them from, obviously, but it's a good idea to do that. With the carrot, I'm putting it in with the skin. I'll just... I try not to throw it away. I'll put it in with the skin, but I've chopped off the edges. Got some broccoli. 2 lots of broccoli. I'm going to put that in as well. And we've also got some apples. Apples is also very important, I find, to just help that taste. So I'll chop that in half, and then we'll just get rid of this lot before we put some more in.
Sticks and stickers off?
We should.
No, the
I'll take them off.
off.
Yes, I should. These apples have actually already had the little stickers off. I don't know whether you guys get that in America, but in Australia we get stickers on individual pieces of apples, on individual apples I should say, so you need to make sure that that's off. Okay, let's do this lot.
How much juice do you have so far, Tim?
We've got about 8 ounces, which is about 200-250 mils. But we'll find once we do the celery, which I'm doing next. Got some celery now. I've got 2 long pieces of celery. Now I actually also use the stalks, the actual leaves as well. Some people say you don't need, or you shouldn't, but I just put the lot in. Haven't died yet, so I'm assuming I'm doing the right thing, if I can get it in here, if I'm doing the right thing. I started off when I first started juicing, I was only doing celery only a little bit, and I was actually cutting it, but I'm just putting it all in there now. So we'll do that bit of celery next. There's quite a bit of juice in that. Right, next, some spinach. Again, this is washed spinach, I should say. If I can speak, that is. And I just normally fold it and put it in like that. The same deal, of course, just juice that. Give it a bit of a workout. I'll leave that last bit in there, and next when we put the next bit of fruit in, I'll push that down. Now, you can, to season this, sometimes I use orange. I'm going to use half an orange today, even though I've put up a whole one. And I'm going to use the second apple. I normally don't go any more than that. But depending where you are in your juice fast, early on you might be putting more fruit to get rid of that taste of vegetables if you're not a vegetables fan. So I know some people actually love vegetables and some people don't. When I first started juicing, I didn't like the vegetables. So I wanted to put more fruit in. But you need to be careful not to put too much fruit in. And that's because fruit's got a lot of sugar in it, and it'll delay or slow down your weight loss. There's the half, so I'm just going to do the half. And lastly, I'm going to put in the second apple. Again, this is optional. You can change all different change it to whatever combination you want, but this is a combination that works for me. So this is the last bit now. I'm just going to juice that. Done. Now I'm going to just do the final step now, which is obviously to make sure it stops. And we'll just have a look and I'll show you what that looks like. Now that's what it's like before it's actually mixed up. You can see there's a combination of green and red. I'm going to actually pour that in a glass shortly. Now just looking up, that's around about 20 ounces there, which is about 600 mils. So I'll mix it up.
Pretty green.
Pretty green, so a good sign that we're having our greens. We're eating the right stuff. And let's just pour that out now and ignore the phone ringing in the background. We made a joke before we started actually videoing that to the phone might ring, and it has. And you can see that is extremely green. And Louise, are you going to be our taste tester? Mm-hmm.
I would love to.
There you go. So that's around about 20 ounces, guys. About 550 mils, between 550 and 600. And I'm going to have a drink of that. So cheers.
Cheers.
There you go. Quite nice. I actually did my teeth about 15 minutes ago, so I'm feeling that it's a bit of a weird taste, but that is my staple juice. That is my staple juice. And again, you can mix it to taste. And actually, Louise is actually having a sip. To be honest.
It's nowhere near as bad as you think it would taste.
Yeah, and again, you can sweeten it up. You can put some more fruit in it if you want to diffuse the taste of vegetables. If you're not a vegetables fan, I think I said earlier, but I started off having a lot more fruit and I've cut it back over time. You could still even go less. You could go more vegetable or less in terms of less apples and so forth. But I think that's a good combination. And the fruits that we are using here, especially the lemon and lime, are very good for you. And obviously the vegetables are all very, very good for you. They've got lots of great minerals and vitamins and so forth. Okay, so there you go. That's really my ending process. I think, Louise, you wanted to say something about composting before we go.
Don't forget to compost all that lovely leftovers. Exactly,
because there's so much good stuff here that can go into your garden or
worm farm.
Or whatever you're going to do.
They will love you.
and they will love you and they'll have a good feed on it, which I'm about to do with the rest of this drink. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Thanks again to Louise. And